Interests are hard, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about one in the shower before, but I can't actually.
I don't think you have to. I don't think prepping them is the best thing. I think you just have to
You just have to go.
Just have to go. Let the spirit take you through.
Praise him. Praise Mr. Lynch. The reason that you're all here today. No, we can't do that cut.
Speaking in tongues, what are you talking about?
Big cut. Did they do that in Ireland?
Speaking in tongues?
Speaking in tongues.
It's called lilting. I
only found out about that recently. I thought my dad was just really racist towards the Irish because whenever he talks about different type of Irish, he does like that kind of Irish, which means I guess Belfast or just the north in general. Yeah. But then he goes sometimes, and he was a proper diddly-oi Irishman. I'm like, when I learned about lilting, I was like, oh, that is really just kind of like, what are you? Are you a North Irish?
No,
you were diddly Irish.
No, diddly Irish. That's good.
No, I know it's not that, but I think that's what he means. You know what I mean?
Billy diddly Eilish.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It was my good bit.
Okay. Are we actually going?
Hi.
Oh, we're actually going. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Low Poly Podcast. Now actually released, which is good.
This is nice.
We finally got there, boys.
We're out of the batch.
8 weeks later.
Yeah.
First one. Oh, two. First two's out. Hell yeah. Round of applause for everyone here. Good job. Woo!
And Patreons also get early access.
Yeah.
So if you just can't wait for Dylan and Josh injecting into your eyeballs, go on our Patreon.
Yeah, it's great to finally be out. It feels like, there's some really, like the moon landing. I was going to say the Great Wall of China, but it's not like we discovered that. They just built that and it never went anywhere. And now
the last brick in the Great Wall of China.
Hell yeah, that's what we are. A big old brick.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm bricked
up. We just went, we'll just vibe the intro. And I don't know if you can tell, but how do you reckon it's going?
I enjoyed our lilting talk.
Yeah.
Do you know why lilting came around?
Why did lilting come around?
So lilting, for those of you that don't know, who aren't Irish people.
Or racist towards Irish people.
It's one or the other. But lilting is a form of Irish mouth music. That instead of using an instrument to play reels and jigs and slow airs, you just use your mouth. So Josh, you want to see what that mouth do?
I already know you can play the skin flute really well, but I'm interested to see how the mouth music.
But lilting is just that impression that racist dads do of Irish people. The when I used to go to school, people used to do that in the bus.
Like not to take the piss out of. Oh no, because you went to school.
We were Irish people.
That's crazy to think about. Sometimes I forget,
But it came around because when the Brits came over and wanted to eradicate Irish culture from the Irish, they took all their instruments. So in a form of protest, they used little Irish mouths instead.
Yeah. And then we just started killing them instead. Was that?
They were extra annoying. In fact, I think it would have been 400 years rather than 800 years if we hadn't started lilting.
That's hilarious. That obviously the oppression of the Irish people is hilarious, but it's hilarious that the English in that scenario are basically just like the evil head teacher in a high school movie who like bans rock music, and then they have to do like an a cappella version. Like that's definitely a movie, isn't it?
It's like the famine is the Footloose of history.
Yeah. Exactly.
We've banned tunes and the Ra.
Yeah.
The Ra always finds a way.
Yeah, you know what? I have to give it to him. Fair play to the Ra. I know they're desperate for my validation, but fair play to you lads. You always find a way to hang about. Yeah. Anyway, we should probably talk about games rather than Irish history and stuff.
I like games.
Just quickly, how do you actually feel about things, podcasts being out? Is anyone you want to shout out, say hi to?
I want to shout out to the main gaff, Liverpool Podcast Studios. Oh, yeah. Here we are based. Woo! Yes.
I've got some good feedback. My girlfriend Jen is like, you never mentioned me on there, so hello, I love you very much, kind of thing. Kitty.
Is it because I mentioned Kitty pretty much every episode? So it's just
what's it called? Got a lot of feedback. This guy talks about pedophiles a lot in reference to you. Yeah, all the time. Didn't notice it. It's one of those things that slips by. Looks like pedophiles himself under the radar. Some more feedback from Marlon Shaw. Shout out. How much do these two talk about 9/11? Also quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Unlike 9/11, which was very
Over the radar, one would say.
It's a bit obvious, guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
you should have seen it coming.
it's not
2 towers. Come on.
Oh, playing all the hits.
Fool me once, as they say.
Yeah, and it was mostly other people that I work with and know in my life going, "Oh, you have a podcast?" And I go, "No." It doesn't matter.
No, it was really funny because on Instagram there's a collaboration feature. So when I put up like the first clip,
Yeah.
was it the trailer or was it?
I
I
can't
think it was the
remember.
thumbnail or whatever it was. And you didn't know what this feature meant. I think you just meant it was a fancy tag.
I thought I could use the page. I thought that's what that meant.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, do you want to collab in this post? And then
All of
this
my-
reality
Yeah.
presented itself to all your normal people in your life.
I worked for years to keep that under wraps. You know what I mean?
People just look at me and go, yeah, he defo has a podcast about video games, him.
I just about passed, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But no, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched us and liked us. Thank you for everyone who's given us feedback on clips
yeah.
and so on.
That's been
Please
my
keep it
favorite
coming.
part. My
Yeah.
favorite part of this whole experience is your takes
Getting
being exposed for what they are.
fucking annihilated by 14-year-old children who have nothing better to do. Because really, who comments on things?
That's our target demographic.
Apart from the people who leave nice comments.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to you guys.
Shout
Fucking
out to the
legends.
Patreons.
Yeah, fuck you
Shout
guys.
out to the lads that give us dough
Yeah.
so we can afford pints after recording. We're still off the pints.
You fucking know, you absolute fucking liar. This guy was like, oh, January's been long, hasn't it? He's like, I was drinking last week. So in reference to the previous episode, how long that lasts, it's about a week and a half. So there we go, sober.
Drinking's too much crack.
Yeah. Should we talk about games now? I feel like we shouted out the people we need to shout out.
Yeah. Drink.
Drink.
9/11.
9/11.
Pedophiles.
Just about.
I think that's like the
Our Mount
pillars of our
Rushmore.
podcast.
The pillars. Without that, we're nothing.
That foundation that keeps us
The
standing.
fourth pillar would be the Liverpool podcast studios, which keeps us
would.
looking so nice and professional.
Yeah. I don't like it being in the same pillars of 9/11 and pedophiles,
Well,
but it's got pints. You know?
right.
What games have you been playing recently, lad?
I have been playing a game that's not very good. And it's not even like funny bad. It's just kind of boring. I've played something called The Fabulous Fear Machine, and it's like a strategy game. And it was all about like misinformation and like a fabulous fear machine.
What kind of strategy?
It's like a map. It's like you get cards and you have to make people scared, and it's mostly in America. So that's very easy. And it's all like conspiracy theories. And I was like, oh, I love conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
Not those ones, though, not modern ones. But
Not Jews are in the what are they called? Sewers.
I'm not fucking touching that with a
Confirmed.
20-foot bar.
The Ninja Turtles, Jewish. We record these too late in the future that everyone's probably forgot about that news story.
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing that one back.
I never forget.
You never forget. Another 9/11 reference. Fuck's sake. See how that's what I've been playing. I've been looking for a new game, lads. That's what it is. I'm looking for some fun. I'm doing the thing. PC players will know this, where you have a Steam library of 4 to 1,000 games. I'm not saying where in that spectrum I land, but and you just go, I don't want to play anything. You go, maybe if I buy a new game, maybe then I'll have fun.
Maybe the joy of video games will come back
Yeah.
to me. Do you ever fall out of video games? Do you ever go through periods
No.
of just being like, nah?
Not unless I'm busy. That's usually what it is that I get really into something, then I'll get busy, go away from it, and I'll be like, I don't really want to play this anymore, which is why I have to like stick to it and go no contact with the rest of the world if I play a big game.
Yeah.
Like
what?
Persona 5, like didn't speak to anyone for like a month.
Well, why would you? You've got anime girls to talk to.
Anime boys.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I go through phases of all the interests in my life, I think.
Yeah.
Like I'll be really into video games for a couple of months and not think about anything else. And then I'll like see an anime woman. I'll be like, oh, well, I'm in anime for a while now.
Yeah.
And then I have to read her backstory. So I have to be into manga for a while or I'll be into TV and watch The Sopranos.
Hell yeah.
I've never watched The Sopranos actually. Now that I say this.
No. Well, that is a really bad shout. Calvin, you must have watched The Sopranos, right?
No.
What the fuck? Don't you
Sorry.
do shit with film? Boo.
Yeah.
Boo yourself.
Imagine
Boo
not
yourself.
watching The Sopranos, asshole.
No, it's one of those TV shows that is like, do you ever save media? Like
Yeah.
for like a time and you
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
I will consume this in its entirety.
Yeah.
at the right time.
But Calvin, you have no social life.
I have no friends.
You know who can be your friend? Tony Soprano.
I don't even. Who's that?
Oh no. Okay. Well, answers in the comments. Who's Tony Soprano?
I think that's the worst part about my personality is like I'll know so many things about things without actually experiencing them.
Yeah.
Like I know what The Sopranos is.
Yeah.
I think I've watched half an episode and be like, yeah, Tony's my dad. You know what I mean? Same with The Wire.
Yeah.
Never watched The Wire.
The Wire's good.
All I know is the
You got the
scene.
damn it, Dutch. What errands have you got us ready for the DA? That was terrible, but
I also didn't
I
understand
either
the
had to go
reference.
for it or not. And I didn't go for it. I'm disappointed. Boo myself. Right, should we talk about our fucking topic, or have you got any small game topics for us to talk about?
I've been playing a little bit of stuff. So I have 2 games that we've been playing for the past while. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm finally into and finally in the throes of. It's fucking excellent. Me and Katie actually tried to do the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Have you just done Baldur's Gate all solo?
I've played it about 2.5 times probably because I've tried to play it co-op with people twice, and then just we've not had a chance to finish it. So I played through the first 2 acts of the game twice, I think.
Oh shit.
Before I had to play through it all again on my own, and that was a fucking struggle. To be
Yeah.
honest, that was really tough, but it was worth it. But how are you actually finding it?
We're trying to play it split screen on the PS5, and it just doesn't work.
It's just not.
It literally, you boot it up, and I realized the difference in me and Katie's personality quite quickly when we were in the character creation section. Because I was done, I think, within maybe 2.5 minutes, because I wanted to make a dwarf that looked like Ice Spice.
This sounds a lot like the way a couple would talk about trying to have a baby. Like all of this is like we've been
I'm done
trying
in 2.5
together.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done in 2.5
that is
minutes.
Accurate.
Like a
Fully.
little dwarf.
Yeah, but then she made a beautiful elf lady, as she tends to do. But she picked the Dark Urge,
Yeah.
which is just the murder character.
You probably shouldn't spoil any of the dirge stuff.
The Dirge. We only played the start of it as well. But anytime that we tried to level up at the same time,
It just breaks.
we just crashed.
Oh, I love
So
that.
we
Hell
just
yeah.
we had to have a tactical list of things that we couldn't do simultaneously for it to work, and it still didn't work. So we went, fuck it, we'll just you play and I'll watch, and we'll
Yeah.
play the Stark Urge character. But what's nice when you play multiplayer and one person dips out, the character that you've made still
Just
stays in the
it.
game.
Yeah.
So we just pass
So
controllers.
Ice Spice is just still
Ice,
knocking about.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
He's a little dwarf that plays Irish music. He's a bard,
Yeah.
but rather than IRA songs, he raps Ice Spice.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's the
It's
lore.
the
in my
character
head.
we've been waiting for all this time.
I don't think I should ever play Dungeons and Dragons
No.
because
you'd
I think I'd ruin it for everybody else.
I remember there was a green text a while ago. I say a while ago, like 8 years ago, about a guy who played a bard or like a skull or something, which is like a barbarian bard. And the guy at the table would literally just shout Death Grips lyrics at the table, which when you're, I don't know. Yeah. Damn. All right.
Were you not
Yeah,
ready?
that was a good ride.
Were you
That
not ready for that?
Yeah, I'm annoyed now.
Fucking Skyrim shit.
When I'm 20, I was like, oh, that sounds fucking boss. That sounds so funny. At 28, I'm like, that guy sounds like the worst. And now I'm imagining the smell. Much like Warhammer Calvin we were talking about. Now it's getting smelly in here.
Oh yeah.
What other games you've been playing?
in here? I've been replaying Resident Evil 4.
Is it good?
You know what? Yeah. Because we've complained about it a little bit. I know you enjoyed it.
I liked it.
And then you got up to the island and you stopped. Is that right?
Yeah, I got bored.
So
I did in the original, to be fair. Usually, whenever I replay it, I usually get to the
see,
island.
I love the original Resident Evil 4, and I like the island because of Jack Krauser. The Krauser fight then is unreal.
Yeah.
But the remake, I don't know if I'm outing myself as an absolute invalid, but I fucking couldn't play it in hard. I got to a point in hardcore and like quite stuck. It was near the Garador fight.
Yeah, it does,
definitely. I don't even think I got to that. I think I ran out of ammo, and some monks were there was too many of them, and I went, I'll come back to this later. And then when I did, I couldn't play it. So what I did, I think it was off the back of listening to our conversations from the earlier episodes. It's like, I want to get to the end of this game, and also probably more pertinent, Katie bought me Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking about it and it looks exciting, and I didn't buy it at the time because I was basically reviewers told me not to. Of like,
Man, I
And I
that
went-
tells you your opinion.
Yeah, and I went, all right, okay. So the thing I was excited for, a man told me not to, so
Yeah.
fuck it. And but then since that, a lot of people were like, actually, no, it is sick, and
Yeah.
I regret my decisions. But she bought it for me as a little gift, but said, you can't play this until you finish a game in your backlog.
Smart.
And it was either Tears of the Kingdom or Resident Evil I was gonna do. And Resident Evil, I was like, oh, I can do that quicker.
It's definitely more fun.
Yeah, and I was like, right, I'll do Resident Evil, but I'll stick it on standard, and we'll just get through it. And I always wanted to beat it because I was super excited for it at the time, and I was quite frustrated with myself that I stopped. That game is so much better crack in standard.
Is it?
It's lad, because playing it in hardcore, the whole purpose is that it limits you and it makes it scarier because you actually
Yeah.
have to survive. And
Yeah.
but for me, it just got frustrating.
Yeah.
Playing on standard is just Spanish Jason Bourne. It's fucking
Dios
awesome.
mío. It's Jason Bourne. Cousin Bourne.
So I just have fucking like Ricky Martin playing, and I'm blasting
Yeah.
through the Spanish countryside,
Yeah.
glacking motherfuckers,
hell yeah.
and it's so much better.
Red 9 clip.
Honestly, do you know what I've done? I've because usually when you get a game in a Resident Evil, get a gun in a Resident Evil game, you replace the older version. So you start out with a pistol and then you find another one and you go, fuck that one off.
Yeah.
I've kept 2 pistols at the same time, a Red 9 and the Punisher, and I don't know what
It's fucking grand. Yeah.
it's fucking sick. I've just forgot about all my misconceptions about playing games, and I
Yeah.
just was like, I'm just going to do it all differently.
Switch
Ever
out,
since
you know.
Dark Souls fucking ruined my life because
Man switching.
I played Dark Souls and went, yeah, difficult games are the future.
Yeah.
And I basically wanted every experience to be like Dark
Yeah.
Souls ever since.
Yeah, yeah.
Playing everything on the hardest difficulty, doing this, and I've realized life's too short.
Yeah.
Welcome
It
to
is.
the good life. Would
Yeah.
it shock you to learn that I play every game on normal, if not easy difficulty?
Oh, you
'Cause
play
I
it
just
on
like
easy.
the ride, just like
Fair
little
enough.
jaunt.
I can't do it, but I actually think Calvin's the fucking big brain. Because, like you say, fair enough, Dark Souls, you want to be hard. I just think, like, it's like you say, life's too short. And the other thing as well, I know there are guys who like platinum games on stream, and that's cool. That's I like watching
there's
those.
a friend of mine that's his whole thing is that he basically platinums every game.
Yeah. And fair play if you want to do that. But much like everything else, no one gives a shit if you platinum Resident Evil or if you've beaten it on hard. You know what I mean?
Do you know what the saddest thing for me is? Because there's a few games I've like that if I really love a game, I was like, right, go and platinum, get all the achievements. Bloodborne, I did it. Dark Souls 1, I did it. And I just, when I'm looking back on all the trophies and all the list of games, and I see that platinum one there and all the hours attached to it,
Yeah.
I think, what other things could I have done in my life? But here I am on a video game
With your
podcast.
virtual trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, it's a fucking NFT.
Yeah.
But instead of cash, I've traded hours
Your
of my
life.
life.
actual life force has gone down the drain there.
Oh, fuck, they are. But you remember when Xbox was like, oh, we've got achievements and Gamerscore was
I
like,
cared so fucking much. I remember being like, I was the
Life-changing.
first person to beat like Mile High Club on COD 4, and I was like, yeah, I'm hot shit. Didn't matter that I had fucking zero social skills. Everyone fucking knew it popped that I had fucking 1,000 gamer score. I beat fucking every Halo legendary, skulls on fucking solo. Did anyone give a shit? No, but it was a small win for me. Take that, jocks.
But there is something in that where if your Gamerscore and trophies were only private,
yeah.
you would never give
No.
a fuck. But the fact that you know subconsciously a
Yeah.
girl that you really like
Yeah.
could be like,
Shelby's watching.
Shelby's watching.
I need
she's
to
like-
platinum. Fucking Dead Rising.
I
or something.
need to get Gears of War 3.
Seriously, the ones where you have to kill like 100,000 people. Whatever.
There was a Gears of War achievement that was and that you basically had to be like in the top leaderboards of the world as well too. What was it? Halo Wars had an achievement which was literally being ranked number 1 in the world. That's fucking gross.
I love that. I love that.
So sick.
Yeah, I loved Gamerscore, and then the second I stopped playing 360, I didn't care about it anymore.
Trophies are way more lame.
Yeah,
Have you owned any PlayStation console?
not since 3.
Not since 3. Yeah, because gamer score is sick because it's a number.
It was like, but at the time I was like, I bought a PS3 basically just to play Metal Gear Solid 4 and then never touched it again. I was like, what am I going to fucking platinum? Haze.
When I moved into my gaff that I'm in now,
Yeah.
there was a PS3 under the stairs.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know what, like Goblin was just flat out
I
playing
know they are real.
Uncharted 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like all the PlayStation exclusives have sucked as well. Like, who gives a shit?
the PS4
Final Fantasy
exclusive-
gets a pass. Final Fantasy gets passed because it's Final Fantasy.
Which Final Fantasy?
The ones that are on the PlayStations 13, 14, 15, 16, I don't know.
13's on both. Pretty much. No,
But wasn't it only on, this is boring, but wasn't it only on PlayStation 3 for ages? It wasn't on 360.
yeah, 13.
Stan, help me out. When you see this in
I think-
4 weeks, let me know.
I think so. Because they had a proper scrap, didn't they?
I don't care.
No,
No, is it? No, but like, what do they have? Uncharted, boring. Last of Us, pretty boring.
I like The Last of Us.
I've never played it.
And this is why you get internet hit, Josh.
I've also never played it, and I think it's boring.
Yes. All I'm
I
saying,
think-
lads,
I
is
think we
if
found-
you disagree, feel free to tell me why. But I think it'll take a lot, and I will let you know when this releases. I will read all the comments because we'll put this up as a clip, and I will let you know if you change my mind. How about that?
I think you found the real secret to criticism. Don't watch or listen or play the thing that you're talking about,
I just have an opinion.
and just make
I
something
tell you
up.
what, it saves a lot of time. Let me tell you.
What things you have an opinion about that you've never seen? / watch / played.
That's a great question, you know, and
you know
there
what I
are
mean?
so many. Most Final Fantasy games, boring. Don't care. All of the things you like as well, super boring. Not just you in particular, Jimmy.
Jennifer.
No, I actually like some of the. She likes Oregon Trail, which I think is like the weirdest shout for a girl to like. You know what I mean? She's like Nintendogs, Elf, the video game on the Nintendo DS. You actually touch and go. I was like, fair enough, respectable. And then Oregon Trail, she's like, I love it. I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
fuck?
Anyway, yeah, there's lots of stuff I think, and a lot of it is like based on who likes it. Like if someone I don't respect, like my friend Nick, if he likes something, I know it's bad. He has awful taste. He has dog shit taste, genuinely. So if he tells me, lad, watch Ninja Assassin or whatever crappy movie he likes, you know, I'm like, no, I will not. And he has to get me drunk, get me back to his. And then I'm paralytic. I can't fight back. And then he puts Ninja Assassin on. I go, this is terrible.
Having his way with you, but with terrible takes.
Yeah. Well, the other stuff comes free, but the other stuff is just because I like him. But it's interesting. We talk about Last of Us, Dylan, because weirdly, I actually quite like the Last of Us TV show.
Yes.
That would be my main criticism of it as a game. As someone who's not played the game, it's really boring to play.
Yeah. See, that me and Calvin were actually just talking about this in the office the other day. I think I was talking about the discourse of Last of Us 2 for some what
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because there was a beefy girl in it, and then everyone called her trans, even
People
though that
lost
wasn't the
their
trans.
fucking minds over a video game as well. Like,
I really like I think Last of Us 2 is much better than Last of Us 1. Yeah. Which people will be fuming at me for that opinion.
look into the camera.
Fuck you, Jimmy. But
So you're on the
it was-
Abbey,
Yes.
Upper Abbey.
Yeah, Abby and Colleen Foch is the do you know
Is
who
that-
Colleen
she
Foch
is
is?
she the mocap for her?
She didn't do the mocap, but they basically used her as like the body to base her beefy arms off. And it's someone Katie was like following for
Is she
ages.
like a powerlifter or something?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
CrossFit?
I think she might either CrossFit, I think she is, or like an Olympic lifter. But whatever she is, she's a boxed-bodied woman.
Juiced to the gills.
Juiced to gills, the deepest voice in the
Does
West.
she?
Oh,
Does she?
hell
Oh, that's
yeah.
not helping, is it?
You know what? Fair play. The girl's on steroids.
Listen, fucking go off. Be gigantic and fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I think that's great. More people need to be scared in general.
There needs to be more fear in
It
this
doesn't
world.
necessarily help because I know a lot of Abby defenders. Again, I just watch the flames from afar and go, yeah, Yes, continue to fight about video games. Go, my puppets. Go. And they were like, no, because she lives in a football stadium and they've got a meat and beef or whatever. And she's trained for years. And it's like, fair enough if you train for years. But you're also in the fucking apocalypse. Like, you're benching your way out of that. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Cleaning and snatching a zombie off your head.
Oh, yeah.
The weightlifting joke. You're here for it, folks.
Yeah,
I wonder what crossover of video game enthusiasts and gym enthusiasts there are.
I think it's getting better. And this is one thing I like. I like the weeb lifter and gamer lifter. I like that we're entering that area. I'm proud of all of us guys.
Yeah.
I'm proud we actually touch grass and we still don't talk to girls, but we do now lift weights. We do some exercise.
Brother, when I was in the gym the other day, I was full of endorphins. I was in a really good mood. And there was this like, you see, there was like a really shy, like slightly chubby almost. He looked like maybe like late teens, maybe 18 to 20. And he's wearing a Guts t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Just an oversized Guts t-shirt. Like, and didn't know what he was doing. I could tell he was a little bit nervous. Yeah. And I was in such a good mood. I had to come over and like, he took off his headphones. And I was like, sick Guts t-shirt lad. Yeah. Gave him a fist bump and walked off.
Wow.
I saved that man's life. Do you know how buzzing I would be if I was wearing an anime t-shirt and I was in a weird situation that I wasn't comfortable in? Someone was like, I love the fucking Japanese as well too, lad. Love them. Them and their tits.
I like it. I think I'm on the path to becoming like fist bumper. I'm already in like I'm a nodder for sure.
I did the same with someone in a locker room because he was wearing a one-piece hoodie as well. But I only read like 200 chapters.
Yeah, yeah, that doesn't qualify. Yeah. I like fist bumping people who I know I can lift more weight than. Good job, buddy. I say as I
ruffle his hair,
rep his deadlift. One day maybe you'll be strong like a real boy. But the one thing I'll say about the Berserk stuff is like I've not earned it yet because I've not read enough. But when I get to that point, I'll do it. But getting back to The Last of Us, I've had a thought for a long time that video game movies were amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're shit. And now I've started to become a different type of good because back in the day, like video game movies, I'll do it this way because it makes more sense on camera. But
and so you could flex.
Hell yeah. Anyway, keep all of that in. Yes. Clip that and
that's
that
the clip.
Yeah, they were cheesy and they were shit and they were like fucking 12-year-olds like this. So we just need to make it dumb but cool and people love it and that's amazing. And then
give me an example.
Mortal Kombat 1995. This is the reason this cabinet is behind me because I played Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance in 2003 and it sucks. A terrible game and I have played it. So this is one that I actually feel qualified on saying I will fucking fight you.
This is we've laid a great like foundation of like you can't shout at us because you don't know if we've actually played the thing or not that we're talking about.
Yeah, there's no way that I'd say something inflammatory for no reason when I've not played the game. Right, guys. But yeah, Deadly Alliance sucked. But I was like 9 at the time, or I was probably younger. I was probably like 7 or 8. And then on Channel 5, fuck yeah, Channel 5.
Classic.
Yeah. They were like, Mortal Kombat movie, past my bedtime. My mom recorded it on a fucking VHS tape. Hell yeah. Adverts and everything. Loved that. Anyway. And I watched Mortal Kombat 1995 and it's the most fucking 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10 movie you have ever seen in your life. It just goes, listen, fuck all the characters. We don't have Suhao. We don't have Havoc. We don't have Moloch. Who the fuck? You know what I mean? We've got Liu Kang. We've got Shang Tsung. We've got Johnny Cage, Kano, fucking Goro. I'm missing fucking
Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden, played by Christopher Lambert, who's fucking class. And Reptile, which is a bit weird, but we'll let it slide. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, obviously. And they're like, just fight. And it goes, story, fight, story, fight, story, fight, 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 fight. Amazing. The characters are boss. Robin Shou looks fucking incredible. Looks like Liu Kang. The guy who plays Shang Tsung, I think it's Kari Takawa. I'm not sure if that's his name. It's probably not, but is like incredible. Has the cheesiest lines ever, like, your soul is mine. You know what I mean? Going for it. I burned it into my fucking
soul,
brain. Yeah, exactly. And now a taste of things to come. That's what I say.
It's what they all say.
And a taste of things I've come in. But they were boss. Even like the Street Fighter movie is shit. But the day that Bison destroyed your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. Fuck yes. And then we got like...
I fucking love Jean-Claude Van Damme so much. Lad, I wish I could do the splits like him.
You can right now. On camera.
I can tell you now.
Camera.
I will die.
Yeah. The content.
Oh,
I've got
shit,
no one said it clips then actually. Never mind. We'll say it.
Do you, I am completely obsessed with those like 80s Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kickboxer, Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Universal Soldier. Oh.
Maybe not Universal Soldier, but yeah, they knew how to do cheesy shit back in the day. A big ched shit. And then they went, let's try and make a House of the Dead film.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to watch House of the Dead? Resident Evil.
Was there a House of the Dead film?
Yeah, it's terrible. There's a Postal film. Do you know Postal?
I do know Postal.
It fucking sucks. Yeah. And they went, these losers will watch it anyway, because much like me when I was 7, you go, video game I know.
Thing.
Yeah. Play, I must watch it. And they're like, these losers won't care because it just has this reference, this thing that I know. And I know like back in the day, if I knew a game was getting a movie, I was like, it must be a good game.
Lad, I didn't even play World of Warcraft. When the idea of a World of Warcraft movie was going to be made, me and all my friends were shitting our cacks.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I love that movie.
Invading the mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the feeling. Because when we were younger and it was way more bullyable to play games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas now it's like everyone goes and sees the Sonic and Mario movie and it's just a thing that you do with your family.
Yeah.
I would have been ostracized. I can't even say that word. Ostracized?
Yeah.
Ostracized by my community.
What was it?
The large bird. The ostracized.
Ostracized. Calvin's ostracized, to be fair.
What are you saying, Calvin?
You got big ostrich in
No, you do, you fucking tall prick. What are you talking about? You look like a shaved bird, lad.
You are a man that put your head in the sand at any sign of danger.
I do that.
Your feathered rump. Anyway.
Sick rump, brother.
But like, you know, the Resident Evil movies all sucked.
Yeah, horrible.
Tomb Raider, the first one, I mean, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Stick it in my holy
fucking is right. Anyway, like camp and cheesy, but still like fun. But I like Silent Hill, where they don't even do the plot of the movie. This was the other thing. We went through 10, 15 years of them badly copying the plot of usually the first game, hoping that enough losers would turn out to see it. Gamers don't leave the house, boys. They're not coming.
Listen. We've never even seen a girl before.
And they go like, they go, let's badly copy this thing that people love because surely they will love that. No, not at all. So that's why that fucking failed. Resident Evil just got stupider, which I kind of respect, to be honest. It was like they just embraced that they were shit, but it was kind of funny.
There was a recent like Resident Evil Netflix TV show.
Yeah,
and I fucking hated it, lad. It's that because I love Resident Evil. And I didn't like the Resident Evil movies at the time, but because they were Resident Evil movies,
you know what I mean?
I was like, but Nemesis is in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that the rest of us is shit. And it had the one cool scene in the first film with the lasers.
Yes. That shit me up when I was a kid.
So that's cool.
That really fucking terrified me as a kid.
I don't know, because Resident Evil 4 has a scene like that. And which came first? The first Resident Evil film or the
I feel
Resident
like the
Evil
first
4?
movie did. Oh, maybe not actually.
I'm gonna have a quick Google. You speak.
Like, yeah, so they went, let's badly copy games. I know they did a Doom movie, which is hilarious.
With Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And fucking Carl Urban is the main guy. And everyone was like, lad, with Dread. And they're like, lads, you have to watch this film. There's a bit of it that's in first person. And you watch that and you go, that was pretty cool. And then the rest of it is just dog shit.
Absolute
terrible film, but amazing because it has lines like, they're looking at a skeleton and it's like a mother shielding a child, and Carl Urban has to say like the worst lines, like, what killed him? Natural causes. And the doctor, who I think is Rosamund Pike, goes, you don't shield your child from time. And it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know, maybe.
I'm quite impressed.
Yeah. And The Rock just popping off. He does a rock bottom in that movie, which is a wrestling fan as well. I was like, ugh. I love that. I love the crap movies, but what made me think about video game movies is that now we have two types of game movies where we have like a Five Nights at Freddy's, which again is like, I know that thing. I will go to film.
Yes.
Mom, please take me to film or whatever. And they'll love it. And maybe it's good. I have never played Five Nights at Freddy's and it is okay.
I remember when it first blew up, and I think it was really interesting because I love scary games, and I am a shithouse.
You are. Yeah.
I love it. If anyone has watched any of my Twitch horror game activities, they will know how much I fill my pants pretty quickly.
Dylan's two states are drunk and scared.
And I'll double down on each one.
No, I love it. You're brave despite being a shithouse, I think.
So that's it. See, I'm a shithouse, but I will journey into the depths.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and this is fun. I like that sensation, even though you can see me visibly petrified like a young child.
I spent so much money just spooking you, and it was worth every fucking penny. I must have given you near 100 quid by now just to fucking...
See, I did a real trick. I tricked all these fools that like to see me in peril. I put on sound effects so you could like basically pay money to Twitch and to me, most importantly, to just play random sounds. And I think I was shit up most in the world by fucking Alex Jones screaming in my headphones.
Yeah.
Turning the frogs gay.
Yeah.
Making Dylan Lynch shit in his cacks. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, you got me so fucking good. It turns out that I'll pay pretty much any money to put my friends in like an uncomfortable or unpleasant situation. Like I'm a big better. I'll be like, I bet you can't do that. I bet you can't do the splits, for example. And they go, yeah, fucking good. And you say, how much to do the splits right now? Right now. And they go, £1,000. I go, you're a shithouse. You're not going to do it. I'll give you £30. And they go, oh.
I think I have a new business venture. You know those dunk tanks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sit in Liverpool city centre in a dunk tank.
Yeah. I think that would be a fun goal for the Patreon. I know Gemma already did it, but if we just spout enough bullshit hot takes and then people can pay to potentially dunk us.
Oh, lad, do a public dunking.
Yeah. You can dunk me. You can fucking egg me and shit like that in the street.
We're metaphorically dunking in all the opinions of our watchers.
Yeah.
What about gunge?
A gunge.
Yeah.
Who's got a
We know
gunge?
someone who's got gunge.
We do know someone who has an actual gunge tank.
What is the gunge for in this context? Not in our context, in their context.
I think just to get gunging with it.
Okie dokie.
You know, like get your own back.
But in a sexual context.
Yeah. I think possibly.
Fair enough.
Like, what's the worst liquid to get poured over yourself? What is gunge made of?
That's a great question, Calvin.
What's gunge made of?
Gunge has to be one of the worst liquids. I would say probably, I don't know, acid, probably worse than gunge. But of the non-lethal liquids, I feel like cheese sauce would be horrible. But that's gunge in another manner, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it starts to harden.
See, there's a category of thing that is just in the category of gunge.
Yeah.
That not necessarily is gunge, but could be misconstrued as gunge.
It's an industrial powder thickener, hydroxethyl cellulose, a widely used gelling and thickening agent.
Yes, Calvin. Thank you for reading that. I'm so glad I know what gunge is now. But going back to
I think we
video
should
games,
ostracize Calvin.
going back to like the other stuff is that I like the Last of Us TV show, but I don't respect it because the game was just written to be a fucking movie.
Yeah.
And that's what's bullshit
agree.
about the game. I don't want to play a movie. I don't like visual novels. Fair play if you do, or, you know, that kind of shit. But I like actually playing games.
That's the weird thing with when you say like you love the cheesy films of the 90s based games, because games could not be cinematic in the 90s because Lara Croft had polygonal pointy tits and
hell yeah.
And Angelina Jolie does not.
I've seen them.
And so like you're basically only getting the idea of what the video game is and then translating something into a film and go, right, you've basically got the first step in the drawing and then the movie studio does the rest, and it can be absolute ass or it can be cool and be whatever. Whereas now, because video games are so cinematic, a la The Last of Us, like you could theoretically recommend either of those things
and get the same experience.
If someone's like, oh, like I'm not into video games but would love to experience it, well, just watch the TV show. Don't even bother, and vice versa. I do like the game, and it is essentially a fucking 15-hour, 20-hour maybe.
I don't know.
Film.
Too long.
It's long. The second one is double the length.
Hell yeah.
But the second one I think does more interesting things. But the gameplay is essentially the same thing.
And it's like, I like the characters, I like the journey, I like the world. I don't want to play a slow game like that where it's just a man who's lost everything learns to love again. That's grand as a TV show, but I don't respect you, Neil Druckmann, because you fucking knew what you were doing. That is the most Oscar bait game I've ever seen in my fucking life, and everyone fell for it. Everyone, ooh, it actually has a good story. We've had good stories since 1995, boys. Mortal Kombat 1. Flawless victory.
I wish you liked Mortal Kombat, the game.
This sucks so bad. That's the worst thing. Is that it turns out I just like martial arts tournament movies. And I got fucked up. I have to say, just speaking of Mortal Kombat, the second Mortal Kombat film, like every Mortal Kombat apart from the first one in 1995 has been shit. Yeah. Like the newest one, dog shit.
Okay.
Absolutely terrible. And if anyone likes that, I will literally fight you in literal Mortal Kombat. But the second one is one of the worst films of all time. And it is glorious. Like there's a character, the guy who plays Shao Kahn is also in the X-Files. He's the man with the squarest jaw in the world, but he's got some cracker lines. You've got Kitana's Ma, shit lines. Everyone, it's just, they've recast 4 of the main characters. Oh my God. Raiden's recast, Sonya Blade's recast, Johnny Cage dies in the first 5 minutes, and it's just Liu Kang going, this is crap. Can we get Jackson? And everyone's like, yay, Jax. And then they have the worst CGI fight at the end as well. And you see your man's head elongate as he becomes a dragon. And it's one of the fun, because it's just him holding this person for like 2 minutes as some 90s animator stretches him into a dragon. It's fucking excellent.
Bad CGI is one of my favorite things in the world.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I have to say as well, the fucking soundtracks to those movies is pure industrial goth heaven. Like KMFDM, they got Tracy Lords. They got a fucking Napalm Death song, which is like Scorpion's theme tune. I'm like, hell yes.
You just love things that you can say hell yes to.
I've really noticed that I've started saying, but other people have started to say hell yeah as well. And I kind of like that
You've made me say it. It's in my vernacular now.
It's just like, it's so good because it can be like, I really like this. Hell yeah. Or that's the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. Like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey guys, I'm going to start taking coke again. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boys.
I'm going to leave my girlfriend, guys. Hell yeah.
Got these PEDs. Hell yeah. You pick which one that is.
But yeah, like, I feel like we're entering an era where movie and games are trying to be each other now. I feel like movies are trying to be, like, it's not cool to be a movie anymore.
No,
it's cool to be a game.
Well, if you think of even the monetary value of the gaming industry compared to the fucking film and TV, it's absolutely dwarfed it. Like, so that's it. It used to be that games, like, right, our sign of success is if we make a film, and the more a la Mortal Kombat and Resident, because if you look at those, it's all massive series that have had movies. Only translates that even now, Sonic and Mario and fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
it's IP.
Yeah,
there's a huge shift from, like, you're not going to get an original story. Is not going to get a big budget unless it's like, how can we franchise this? How can we drain every last drop? So like Mattel, the toy company. Yeah. They're not a toy company anymore. Yeah. They're an IP company.
Yeah. That's it. Barbie makes the dough.
And Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, no, that's Hasbro.
Is it Hasbro? Yeah. But even on that as well, too, like the fucking Paramount Halo series. Do you see that?
I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and there's a bit at the beginning where the Spartans are fucking kicking ass, and I was genuinely like, I've not played a Halo since Reach. I've not played 4 or 5 anything other than Reach, and I was very happy with my space in there. But I went, Halo is easy as fuck a story to tell. Yeah. Big green fella, smash. It's a tale as old as time.
Space Hulk.
Calvin just perked up at Space Hulk. Yeah, Warhammer reference.
I didn't even know that was.
When he goes and he smashes and bashes and crashes, and then you get Keith David as the arbiter in there. Like, that's a fucking slam dunk right there. Sorry, I keep slamming the table, but it's my thing now. But they do the first 10, 15 minutes where they're like, oh, that's super sick. That's so fucking cool. The Spartans are so fucking boss. And then Master Chief comes and it all goes to shit. So talk me through your Halo experience. What's your like familiarity with Halo? Like,
As like a series?
Yeah, you're like a big Halo fan.
Oh, hell yeah. Are you serious? I was a fucking Halo head. You know what I mean? I fucking like the obsession I had with Halo machinimas back in the day.
Hell yeah. Little red. Oh, what was the guy? The guy who made Master Chief sucks at Halo. Oh, being the chief. That
being
guy.
the chief.
John C.J. Graham or something
lad,
like that.
You've just blown my dick off by saying that. You know when you just unlock a memory, RB and the chief. Yeah. Oh, fuck! I miss.
Yeah, Machinima. I always really wanted to make
the early internet.
Yeah,
miss when YouTube was shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much better when it was shit.
So much better. That's what I'm saying about the fucking films, lad. Like, they were better when they were bad. That was it. Because they went, you know what's fun? Games. Do you think Mortal Kombat, I've said this before, they're trying now, Ed Boon, again, I know your game. They're like, oh, people actually like the story for this. No one likes 95% of your characters. They all suck. Sue Howe is just a fella in a police hat. Sort it out. But do you think these fuckers in 1987 or whenever the first one came out? 1991, whenever it came
Possibly.
out.
I could be wrong.
Anyway, they go, let's really care about the story. They went, no, bad man, green eyes, take over world, stop bad man. And everyone went, yeah, good enough. And then the film went, bad man, green eyes, take over world, stop bad man. And everyone went, yeah, fair enough.
Hell yeah.
And now they're like, there's 9 different realms and each is more boring than the last. There's 18 hours of cutscenes in this game, but we haven't balanced the fighting. You know what I mean? Like, the matchmaking is terrible.
Mortal Kombat 1 looks like ass. Yeah. I was actually quite hyped for it because I've been in a fighting game kick since Street Fighter 6. And I was going to get Mortal Kombat 1 and Jesus Christ. Now knowing what a good like matchmaking is and good online, seeing anybody play that game when it came out, just went, nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ed Boon.
But now, so getting back to the game thing, like, or the movie thing, like now they're trying to be, and I have this thing where because something was successful and it was new, kind of, you know, like when Deadpool came out and then they're all of a sudden, it was like superheroes are edgy now, or not edgy, but, you know, kind of wacky and like R-rated comedies and stuff are back in.
Superheroes can say the F word now.
Yeah. What?
Which F?
No, no. Not that one. Not the really bad one. Just the okay one that we've said 100 times already today. Fuck it.
I'll let you decide.
Deadpool's so wacky. What's it called? When that was successful, loads of people were like, oh, we can copy that, or we can make superhero movies R-rated now, that kind of thing. I have a feeling that The Last of Us is going to try and, or people are going to see that and not go, we've got a really good story that translates very well to film. They're going to go, let's just make limited TV show games.
Let's
like
put
Halo.
more gays in our adaptations.
Sorry, what?
They put more gays in the Last of Us adaptation than there was in the original game.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember Bill the gay?
Oh, I loved that episode. That was my favorite episode.
Yeah, no, unbelievable episode. My favorite part of that episode was seeing all the people online being like, I hate the gays!
Yeah. Isn't he gay in the game though?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like everyone was like, why have they added this gay episode?
Yeah.
Because the gays are sick.
They are sick. You know, round of applause for yourself, lads. Yeah, I tell you what, you've had it rough, and I'm glad that all of your issues are now solved, lads. But keep it up.
They like it rough. That's my gay bit for the episode.
Because you have to get one.
Was
that mandated by our sponsors today, the Liverpool podcast?
No,
it's a gay bit or a 9/11 bit.
Yeah. You got both. There we go. But yeah, so I think in general, game movies. Hell yeah. Are always going to suck because some dickhead screenwriter, like The Witcher, right? Where they fucking changed tons of, I know it was a book first, right? But they changed tons of the stuff to fit it. And Calvin, surely you must be nervous about this as a 40K fan with Amazon and their fucking department, which made Lord of the Rings Apart, which again I've not seen, but I
little
think
bit
it's bad.
nervous that they've drafted Henry Cavill in to be like, I'm gonna make this good, and I'm like, what if you're
get
going
these?
ahead?
Did you not like the Witcher Netflix show?
The first season was okay. The second one sucked. I've not watched it.
Never seen it.
Can we get some quick opinions on Henry Cavill? Good, bad, good or bad? Good or bad?
Good looking man.
Good person?
Racist?
Oh, I don't know
Question
if he's
mark?
racist.
Could be. Is
Could
he?
be.
I've
We've
never
not
met-
heard him deny it.
I've never met him.
I've not heard him deny it.
Yeah.
Do we have that? Calvin, has Henry Cavill ever denied racism?
You hear it here, folks? I'm sure he's no.
I'm not saying
he's
he's
not a
definitely a
racist.
racist. He's just possibly a racist. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, look at me, I'm a beefy boy and I build PCs.
Yeah, he is doing like the gamer girl grift, but in reverse, isn't he?
Oh,
really?
he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's doing.
I mean, he's a good-looking fucking lad, and he is
Yeah.
absolutely like aesthetically who I would want to look like. But that ain't happening. Obviously, I mean, fucking look at me.
we're doing great, Josh.
But yeah, I just feel like lots of dickhead writers who want to write their story but can't get it greenlit. Like Calvin was saying, like only stuff with an existing IP gets greenlit.
That's why I brought up Halo. I think Halo is the
Halo
exact.
got ruined.
The whole premise of Halo is you're this faceless protagonist that you can put yourself
Yeah.
on and you say cool one-liners.
What's the? I'm gonna give the Covenant their bomb back. Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah. The one rule in Halo: don't take the helmet off.
Don't take the helmet
At
off.
the end, you can take the helmet off. Like in Halo 2, he takes the helmet off and the camera goes on, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
where's your face, lad? Show me your face. But no, he's just like a tall, kind of ratty looking white guy, isn't he? to
What
be
do they
fair?
do immediately in the TV show? Take his helmet off and it's
then-
the Punisher.
And the rest of his kit as well. Like he's always in the fucking
he
nutty,
shags,
isn't
doesn't he?
he? Yeah. Master Chief
Chief
doesn't
shags.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Master Chief is 100% canonically a virgin. I know I've made that joke before, but like he definitely is a virgin.
Not only
right?
does he take his helmet off, but he takes his helmet out.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's also because there's such a difference of medium as well too, and
Yeah.
it's when you're trying to translate anything is an extremely difficult job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can make it your own, a la the Mortal Kombat and the bits that we like.
Yeah.
Even The Witcher is
Yeah,
again
the
it's
good-
based off a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think they use that more as the example
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than
yeah.
the games.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, the good episodes of The Witcher are great.
Yeah, and even with The Last of Us, it makes it its own with adding of
It
the
does it
gays.
really well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like The Last of Us show. When you're trying to just make a quick buck, that's when you're fucked.
Yeah, and it's such a dumb thing to do, but it's lots of stuff. I tell you, even like you can tell the difference between a studio or a writer or a creator who really loves something like with Arcane, you know, the fucking League of Legends series. Jesus Christ, how many people did they get to try that shitty game just based on taking an existing IP and telling an interesting story? That's the fucking thing. League of Legends does suck, and I've played thousands of hours of it, you cunts, so I can say that for certain. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyone who's played more than 150 hours of League of Legends, honestly tell me it's a good game. Anyway, it's
I've never played it. I think it's a good game.
get the fuck. Anyway, like the shows, the problem I always have is that they just try and copy a story which, like you say, doesn't translate. So we get the Silent Hill movie, which we have Sean Bean, and I could be completely misremembering it. Sean Bean looks exactly like Harry Mason. Is not Harry Mason.
Yeah.
Just do the first one. You know what I mean?
Also, what's really funny, the creator of Silent Hill, or like it was either the creator of Silent Hill or the artist who did Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his tweets being like, "I've regretted every aspect of my work because of what you've done to my creation."
It's Big Miyazaki.
Pyramid Head was made as this like the part of James Sullivan's soul in Silent Hill 2 that was like the worst part of his human, is a really deep like vision of what it was, and then they're like, oh, you just turned him into a big sword anime man
Yeah.
that's everywhere. And I think it was so about that character that you shouldn't be able to put it anywhere outside of that game. And then they're like, yeah, but he's IPable.
Yeah.
We can make money
off it.
We can make pachinko machines off this big-headed cunt. Are you serious?
Fair play Konami for ruining
Fuck,
all of the
Konami
goodwill they
are
have.
mad bastards.
You know what else had a movie? Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg playing Max Payne. It's so you know what? It doesn't even suck. It's just boring.
That's the worst
And
thing someone
they do
could
the
be.
Doom thing where they go. You could think like, again, John Woo movies have had slow mo for fucking decades. Do they do it in Max Payne? They do it once.
That's so sad.
Fucking once.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? It just really gets me. It's like they don't copy any of the cool stuff. They think the story is shit just because it's in a game, and they don't think, is there any kind of interesting twist? They just go, they'll watch it anyway, and they'll hate it, but they'll still watch it. Much
still
like
watch it.
I was saying, Red Dead Redemption 2 is shit, which it is.
Which it is.
I've not played it.
Neither have I.
What's it called? People will do it anyway, and
But that's
discussion
another
will be
example of Red Dead Redemption 2, which I haven't played.
Yeah.
But a lot of the criticisms I've seen of it is that it's just like you get
Too much of a movie.
It's too much of a movie. Like the fact when you can spend all the budget on those fancy animations, but if there's no crack, then
There's
what's
not
the
a lot of
point?
crack.
Isn't that what Reggie said? If there's no crack, just kill yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly
what Reggie Fils-Aimé said.
Hell yeah.
Ex-president of Nintendo.
Yeah, that's why.
Isn't it
it's not
funny
here.
that the current president of Nintendo was called Bowser?
Doug Bowser?
Yeah, big Doug.
Yeah.
What circumstances?
It's called nominative determinism, where you have a name that sounds like the job you have. I assume he's not. I assume he's not a giant lizard who kidnaps women regularly. But I can't say.
I've never met him.
You know what? There's a lot of fucking going back to the conspiracies. Yeah, maybe could be a lizard.
Could be one
Have
of
we
them.
ever heard? Can you just Google? Did Doug Bowser ever come out and say that he wasn't a lizard? Glad you're actually Googling it. Okay, we'll get right back to your low poly audience. Just
I'm
stay
really
tuned.
trying to be a producer.
I'm proud of you, Calvin. I think Calvin's went up, I think, about 1%.
Yeah.
Did he ever say that?
That's not
Okay, so you heard it here first, folks. Doug Bowser, possibly a lizard.
Kidnaps women.
Kidnaps women.
There it is.
He's never said he hasn't, so we can't know for sure. What were we talking about? You said Reggie said if you don't have
Reggie
crack,
said that you should kill yourself.
if you don't have crack, you should kill yourself, which is why Iwata died. And I'm buzzing for the 20 people who'll know what that.
Surely everyone knows who fucking Iwata is.
Like when you were talking, Dylan was talking the other day about putting someone in a thumbnail for a video. Was it Nobu?
Nobuo Uematsu.
And I was like, I know that guy, but if he could be in the room with us, and I'd be like, who the fuck is that guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Famed person. Anyway, we're dragging on here, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, I had a question, which was, just a very hypothetical, because I feel like we've gone fucking around the houses today. But is there a game that you would really love to see turn into a movie?
I mean, no.
No. Fair fucking play.
I even if there is my favorite game in the world, like if they came out with a Dark Souls film, I'd be fuming.
How has this
How is
not
that
happened?
not a
How
thing?
is that not happened? Think how awful that would
How
be.
many Solaire plushies could they sell?
Oh my God. It would be about Solaire,
serious?
wouldn't it, surely?
No, Solaire would be like the chippy sidekick, and it would be like
No,
Josh Hutcherson
That'd be
playing the fucking main
takes his
role.
helmet off. No, it would be the
No, he takes his helmet off and he's got the undead wrinkly skin.
yeah. What's the guy's the Onion Knight? Is it Siegfried? Sigmund?
Sigmund.
Sigmund.
I think.
He'd be the sidekick, fat rolling about,
yeah.
the big fat prick. Anyway, that would be amazing.
close.
So this actually,
Still close.
I'll find a way around this.
I hope everyone that hates Dark Souls is enjoying our Dark Souls reference.
Yeah, I hate Dark Souls.
Dark Souls
I
is
don't.
fucking sick.
Yeah, Dark Souls is good. But if you had to make a movie, if you had to take a game and make a bad, like a Resident Evil level bad movie,
Like a
out of it,
really cheesy,
Yeah.
horrible.
I've got a couple of. I've got one that's sticking out. I would love to see a terrible Devil May Cry movie. I think that would be hilarious.
Who would play Dante?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. If we're talking the mid 2000s,
Steven Seagal.
he would be great.
Put him in a white wig.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Let's rock, baby. And Sarah Michelle Gellar could play Trish.
You just want a Devil May Cry Scooby Doo film?
Yeah, I could.
what you
Actually, you know
want?
what? The Scooby Doo movies are sick. Like,
that film's sick.
Zombie Island, hell yeah. Live action, hell yeah. But I was thinking, you know what I was thinking about this before about like what games I would turn into bad movies, but one actually just sounded like kind of a good idea, which was take Duke Nukem and put him in like an Austin Powers type action comedy where it's just a massive spoof because he knows it's fucking stupid and he's just doing all the one-liners like, I'm going to rip off your head and shit down your neck kind of thing. But everyone's just like, what the fuck is this guy going on? Like, it's just a bunch of normal people and he's just doing that. Everyone's like,
There's a super jacked blonde
man. And he's just a death machine. Like, he's just solo in the Aliens, and everyone's like, this guy's a fucking, like, where did he come from? He was just here one day. You know what I mean? This fucking gold-plated guy.
I'm trying to think of any other games that would make really terrible / excellent.
Is there a game that you think would really piss people off if it was made into like a crappy movie? Apart from Dark Souls, which is an excellent show.
Live action Crash Bandicoot. I mean,
yes, where they have like motivations and stuff. Like Crash is wondering why he jumps on the turtle.
Yeah, and 3/4 into the film, like he sits on a mountain stop and goes, "But why do I spin?
Why do he spin?
Why do he spin?"
And Aku betrays him in the end. Yeah, classic. Yeah, no.
What's the girl in Crash Bandicoot called?
Coco. That's not his girlfriend. That's his sister, mate. You want to fuck Crash Bandicoot's sister?
Oh no, that's how the movie ends. She's my sister.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, the Crash Bandicoot movie would be like The Empire Strikes Back in terms of its cash. You know what I mean? In terms of its quality. Calvin, how long have we gone now?
About an hour.
Oh, okay.
Have we done an hour?
Yeah. I told you we were going. You told me.
That's mad.
And you've not watched any video game movies. I have one thing, Patreon things. I talked about this when we first got together in our thruple.
Yeah.
Pod thruple.
Thruple.
But I've never seen any Five Nights at Freddy's anything apart from the jump scares in like the first game. Can you do an impression of any of the jump scares? Are you willing to do that?
Things like that.
Hell yeah.
Are you? I was going to do like a joke, but I was like, there's nothing going to be funnier than me just doing this.
Oh, he's the hottest Five Nights at Freddy's character. No, I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted. Leave a comment who you think the hottest Five Nights at Freddy's character is. But one of the things is that
the chicken.
Hell yeah. Chicken meat cock. I'm gonna keep going with this bit. Anyway, what I was saying is that I've never seen anything of it, and I feel like it would be a really hilarious movie if you don't give a shit about Five Nights at Freddy's, which none of us do. So I think it would be quite funny for us to watch it, and with a stream or something like that with Patreon. Ooh. But what I want to do, because I like, crap, and I like stuff that knows what it is. I think that's probably why I like Mortal Kombat, because it knows what it is. Exactly. I don't like The Last of Us because it doesn't know what it is. Or it's lying to me about what it is. Yeah. It's lying to me that it's a good game.
It's when something tells you, I'm this.
Yeah.
And you go, you sure?
Yeah.
You sure that's what you are?
It's like when Calvin says he's a human and not an ostrich.
This is starting to feel like a trans bit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, all right, Calvin, you follow through.
No,
Calvin, go on.
No. Do you want to continue your point there, Calvin?
So Calvin is going to do a trans bit now.
No.
Should we turn the camera around?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll film Calvin while he just thinks of doing the trans bit.
Deeper.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Calvin, we're going to keep going until
I, for
you
one,
think
love the trans community.
I love the trans community. Yeah. Great bunch of lads and lasses.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Or neither.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing.
Ostriches.
Your struggle is our struggle in every way. But
Calvin here
feels like he can thread the needle on possibly one of the most divisive topics in politics and sexuality today, and gender. So without further ado, Calvin, your trans bit.
I meant to say it sounds like Dave Chappelle's trans bit in his new...
But it turns out that it's your bit now, Calvin.
Yeah, you've claimed ownership of the bit. So
can I call Calvin Dave Chappelle from now on?
He looks just like him.
JK, rolling.
Anyway. Okay, so
isn't it mad that J.K. Rowling is a massive transphobe now?
Yes.
I didn't play the Harry Potter game for that exact reason.
Yeah, nor did I, but also because it
looks
sucks.
It also looked ass.
PS1 Harry Potter game though. Hell yeah. Chamber of Secrets just firing on
when
all
you
sorts.
fucking throw goblins at a haystack. Do you know what I'm talking about? Chamber of Secrets.
Flipendo.
Fuck you.
So anyway, before Calvin,
I very successfully derailed that.
before Calvin gave us the
My
bit of
favorite
the
part of the
century there.
podcast.
Yeah, I loved it because he clams off and he turns away from us like a dog that knows it's done something wrong.
Show me your belly.
But I wanted to ask you guys what your favorite video game movies or TV shows are, bad or good, reason why you like it. Because I think things like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, if we watched that and I recorded you, you would be fucking crying with laughter because it sucks so good.
Good. I also found out the Resident Evil film came out before Resident Evil 4.
Damn, they copied the...
So Resident Evil 4 actually copied the film.
Holy moly.
How does that work? Is that like a Ship of Theseus situation?
That's not what the Ship of Theseus is.
Yeah, it's good, different parts coming in.
Okay, I'm going to say that was the end of the podcast there because we're not getting into the thought experiment. Yeah, it feels never fucking ended. But leave a comment, obviously like and subscribe, all our very hot takes. Do you think The Last of Us is a good game? Tell me why I'm wrong. But also just talk to me about favorite game movies, game TV shows, things that you like. Or I think this might be another episode, or at least some of an episode, but your favorite movie video games. King Kong. 360. Hell yeah.
I think you're right. That's an entire separate episode.
So we're
past
that.
the era of where films become games. Now we're in the other era.
Yeah, exactly. So leave a comment with that. But thank you very much for tuning in. Calvin, do you want to try your trans bit again?
Nah.
He's done.
Okay. Well, yeah, like, comment, subscribe to Patreon.
Yes, come to our Patreons, get the episodes early, seeing our streams, extra content coming very soon. Let's us have some money.
Yeah,
it's great.
And hopefully at this point we'll have had some content to put on the Patreon.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. But if you've not done it already, I hope you enjoyed it. If you've not done it already, what the fuck are you playing at? Go subscribe. Anyway, I'm done. Finito. Play the theme.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Tough times never last.
Let's go.
Only tough people last.